The idea for the documentary came about as a result of all this sensitivity that surrounds the local foreign relations at the moment. And so I thought it would be a good idea to actually go into the heartlands and interview people, maybe 200 people in the 5 different heartlands, basically to figure out what the issues are. You know, what is it that Singaporeans are afraid of, and what is it that foreigners are afraid of? The main, I guess, message is to create this sense of dialogue. Obviously, Singapore today is very different than what it was, 50 years ago, and it will continue to evolve and change. And I think cultural exchange is an integral part of that.
So the project was about finding out what else is there in Singapore, rather than just focusing on the main hubs like Orchard Road or the Flyer and Marina Bay.
As the project really tries to address issues of identity, it was absolutely crucial for us to bring different perspectives together, and that also should reflect in the team. So we basically had locals working with us. We have me, the outside perspective as a foreigner, and we have Andreas, who's living here for a few years, knows his way around, but still is not really local. So we try to balance these different views on this issue. So in the end, we ended up with 8 projects, ranging from very different topics. Like Benson, he was more interested in local communities and rituals, so he collected artifacts. We also had projects dealing with a more natural environment, recording temperature or looking for natural sounds and drifting on these sounds. So it was very, very various. People who go to the exhibition and look at the instruments and the artworks, they might get inspired by go out and experience and look at their familiar environment a little bit different.
The play addresses the sentiments of the multifaceted people and races here we have in Singapore. The discontentment, the contentment, the desires, the wish. Alumni of the BA Honours Theatre and Performance program, and they have gone out into Singapore for the last 2 months and gathering about 1,300 interviews through men on the streets, through all online forum. We were interested to look at the current issues of integration, new citizens and versus Singaporeans who have been here for the longest time. So we wanted the play to be as authentic as possible to the voices. Like, we've been hearing a lot of things from the media, about this idea of being xenophobic, but actually we're not xenophobic, because if you look at Singaporeans, we are all a land of immigrants. But the issue is that there's a lot of misunderstanding. So we were tasked to find out these interviews. We were tasked to find out about these sentiments, and we wanted to know whether it's really real. I think the problem that we are facing runs deeper, and it's not about just people coming in and taking your land. People want to be able to say that, hey, this is not working. Can we be part of your policy making? Because they're so afraid. I feel if the play is successful, is if one of the audience come up and say, okay, then we are the ones that have to make that difference.